My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slay the Spire Modded. It has been a hell of a lot of time since we have been here. So what's been happening in the interim? Well, I've been looking at a bunch of different mods and kind of reworking the stack that we're going to be running the series with to include the following. We have, as always, the Mod the Spire launcher with the mods following: Base Mod, Fetch Mod, Always Whale, the Construct, SBS, Lib, Hubris, Relic Sorter, RNG, Shop Mod, and Replay the Spire, final bringing up the rear. Now, the ones that we have not previously had installed include SDS Lib, I severely apologize if I am butchering this name, Kyoet, a collection of keywords and mechanics for other Slay the Spire mods to use. So effectively a library, I mean Lib library, literally. Hubris is also by Quet, which is a content expansion mod, adds new cards, relics, events, and monsters, which is similar to the function of Replay the Spire. We've also got Relic Sorter by Blank the Evil, which allows you to send relics to the front of the list by right-clicking them. That's just for cleanliness and for making sure that like my on-occurrence triggerables are kind of in the same area so that I can kind of keep track of them. We've also got RNG by Reina. This is the random knob generator, if I recall correctly, which is a boss relic that gives you energy, but has a chance to spawn a gremlin knob in any combat you go in. This is just something I've been running with because it's kind of interesting and a little bit memey. We've also got the shop mod by Twan V1. It modifies the merchant's shop, allowing you to buy more items. I don't know actually what this is doing. I know that there is the ability to like steal from the shop now, but I'm not exactly certain what the function of this mod is. And then we've got Replay the Spire with the Evil Pickle, Astro Penguin 642, Steward is Me, Slimer 509, and the artist Baku Haku, which has, of course, the cards, relics, potions, events, monsters, and shenanigans. Speaking of, let's go in and do some shenanigans. Now, I do actually kind of want to go through the ascension levels on the construct. I don't think it's going to be entirely, like, hint behind the scenes, I don't think it's going to be entirely that difficult because I do believe the construct is on a basic level more powerful than the other characters that exist in the game, especially because of the ability to cycle, which is like getting benefit for 0 action. But the thing I'm super interested in starting off with is just going with the basic classes and having a look at the things that they get as a result of the Hubris mod, on top of the things they get as a result of the Replay the Spire mod, on top of the things they get as a result of the Infinite Spire mod, but I actually don't have that installed right now because I don't want to do an Infinite episode. I don't want to run endless. I don't have the time. Right now, at least. Ooh, I do like this, and I don't know exactly what's including this. That is, obtain 3 random basic cards. Is a downside. I like that. I mean, for me, that's the biggest downside. We've got a 3 elite path with only 2 normal combat enemies. I kind of want to go for the 100 gold. Yeah. Let's do that. Yikes. Just accepting the 7 this turn to take an enemy out. All right. This is going to be a very, 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 very normal run. Right up until we find our first new relic or something like that. There were actually a bunch of different mods that I was testing in the interim that didn't make it into the current stack. I'm not exactly going to mention which those were, but primarily the reason that things didn't make it into the current stack that is being run for this series is because they felt imbalanced or they felt like they didn't really preserve the kind of spirit or integrity of the game. Cleaving Finish. Okay, this is from Hubris. Deal 9 damage. If this kills an enemy, this card stays in your hand and goes 0 for the rest of the turn. So you can use this to kind of chain kill a bunch of targets. So it is faux AoE, I guess, right? It's AoE as a finisher and naught else. I kind of want to take it. It's new. Move a card from my deck. Sure, let's get a strike out of there. Let's get a defend this time. Definitely not bash because I'm going to need that for the elites. Woo! But yeah, hi. Welcome back to the Slay the Spire modded series. Been taking a while, I know. Entirely my fault, to be fair. I kind of want to take the armaments. Readied action is from Hubris. At the end of this turn, retain up to 1 card. Upgrades to up to 2 cards. Okay, so think about readied action in comparison to well-laid plans, right? Well-laid plans is 0 cost, and it's at the end of every turn, retain up to 2 cards, exhaust. If you looked at it at a skill, right? If you translated well-laid plans into a skill, it would be exhaust at the end of every turn, retain up to 2 cards. But obviously it's a power, right? And, you know, constant effects make more sense as powers. So this is effectively a 1-turn well-laid plans. Is that good? Is there any reason that the Ironclad specifically would desperately want to hold on to a card at the cost of a card? I can't think of any. The Ironclad, by necessity of having less access to retain in their core set, also has less ability to capitalize off of it. The kind of combo and synergistic elements that you find in the Silent don't exist in the same capacity in Ironclad, so I don't believe readied action is going to be particularly powerful. Take the armaments. Yeah, I'm going to cop the 11 damage here. Turns out to have been incorrect. I thought it was ultimately going to save me damage over the time. Shockwave versus the Rupture. Shockwave. The ability to apply weak is really, really, really good. Shockwave is just a nice and efficient way to get that done. Takes the 4 this turn, 6 the next turn to the second Skull Bash. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be in this fight long enough to get all of the results of that regen potion, but I know I've got elites past this point that will give me a greater opportunity to capitalize on that. I get lesser damage rather by going to bash there, so I'll choose not to, especially because I've got an extra AoE next turn. I could have prevented that incoming 21 damage just by using a steroid potion that turn, and that was almost certainly the correct thing to have done. The Courier. The merchant no longer runs out of cards, relics, or potions, and their prices decrease by 20%. In addition to Strike from Hell, which, it's important to note, has Strike in the title, so it is for a perfected Strike build as well, but it's deal 8 damage. If this card is exhausted, increase its damage by 2 and place it back in your hand, and I believe the art for that, this is from, I believe, Replay the Spire. Yeah, it is. I believe the art for that is done by Baku Haku. So Strike from Hell, Twin Strike, limits. Tell you what, I'm not really feeling any of these. The closest I'm feeling is Limit Break, just because I know that there are a lot of relics that exist in particular in Hubris mod that give the Ironclad more access to strength. I think for that same reason, I'm going to take it as a speculative pick. Ooh. Hell yeah! We're going to be in this fight for long enough. I can Armaments the Bash. So I could either Bash Strike to deal 17 damage, or I could Armaments the Bash and deal 10 damage this turn, but get an extra turn of vulnerability, as well as the Bash upgraded for the rest of combat. I think that's probably going to be better. I'm going to Steroid Potion, Limit Break, and then just go for gold. That also actually means that my regen potion was incorrect, by the way, so that's my bad. Got the Mango for a total of 14 max HP, as well as 14 current HP. Pretty damn good. Thunderclap gets really, really, really powerful when you have Shockwave, as well as the Limit Break for extra strength on it, so I don't want to take that. Okay, so we've got 17 damage incoming, so an Armament on a defend is 5, 8, 13 defense. So I could actually full defend this turn. Sure, let's do that. Shockwave, Cleaving Finish the back line. Get myself a new Cleaving Finish. And I'll start working on the one that's about to buff itself. So I take 4 damage here, but I think that's the end of our damage. Which is to say, it's the end of me taking damage in this combat. Adrenaline Potion versus Radiant Action, Anger, and Corruption. I don't think those fit. Bag of Marbles at the start of his combat, apply 1 vulnerability to all enemies. Not bad. Upgrade or lose a strike. Lose. Definitely lose that. No source of strength in the deck. No. Okay, so I'll just actually burn the Limit Break there. And I'll Thunderclap to keep that going, just in case I want to wake them up this turn. I didn't think I was going to wake them up this turn because I have the Shockwave in the deck that I wanted to get that I wanted to cast. There we go. Before the Log Bullen woke up. Cool. Extends that. It's fine. I'm gonna prioritize my offense here. Because I've got 2 turns to deal 32 damage, and I've got weakness on one of those turns. It seems pretty good. And now that I've got the vulnerability applied for the extra turn, we'll be fine. So that extra aggressive, or rather that extra aggression that I put out earlier actually came back to reap fruitful reward. We've got Pendant. Every 10th attack you play deals double damage. Demonic Infusion. Upgrade a skill or attack in your hand X times. And upgrades to X+1. We've had that before. And if I recall correctly, they just upgrade by the same gap again, basically, right? So they don't ball out of control. If I upgraded to Cleaving Finish, that's actually super interesting. Cleaving Finish, right, costs 1 energy, and Demonic Infusion refunds 1. So, damn, hell yeah. Let's actually do that. That's gonna be super cool, possibly. Okay. This is actually a new event, I believe, from Hubris, so I shouldn't have skipped the first thing. But as you approach, the man turns to you. Seeing you, he stands, runs up to you and grabs you by the shoulder. His eyes are bulging out of their sockets. Update body text, update body text, update body text, update body text! Update body text? You can update body or text, upgrade a card, gain 3 max HP, or 10 cards. We'll upgrade the Demonic Infusion. And then after that, it just says update body text a lot, and it actually overflows through the bottom. I love this. I have to imagine. So I'm just putting my my software engineering student hat on for a moment, or rather, actually just, you know, veteran of playing video games with Easter eggs in them hat on for a moment. I have to imagine that in debugging and creating events for this game, that you might run into this screen often. Not this screen exactly, but things saying update body text, and this might be like a modder in-joke, if I had to guess. I'm not certain. I have no reason to believe that, but that sounds... It seems like that would be the case in my head, at least. Damn. Didn't get Demonic Confusion and the Cleaving Finish in the same hand. I'm very hopeful that we're going to get them in the same hand upcoming. Ooh. I mean... yeah, it seems okay. If I get Cleaving Finish now, it's just like 1 chop, 2 chop. He's so good. Well... can't always get what you want. There we go. Bronze Scales as well as double tap seems super useful in this deck. Oh, hell yeah. I'll double tap, then Demonic Infusion, Cleaving Finish. Then, yeah, it's, what, 56? And it doubles. Oh, it's pretty damn good. This is one of the campsites, or rather rest locations, whatever it's called, from Bonfire, I think, from Replay the Spire. And we've got a couple options here. Explore, Smith, or Toke. Smithing the armaments in particular is actually really important. Damn. Yeah, it's too important to pass up. I think I actually just mega upgrade that cleaving finish again. I'm gonna burn that limit break. Very careful about this right now. And I could block potion, but because I've already taken damage to the sharp hide, I believe I'm not perfecting this fight anyway, so may as well just not perfect it then. Double tap cleaning finish, obviously, but use a strike beforehand. I said cleaning finish, didn't I? Meant cleaving, obviously. Oh no! Pen Nib is why I was dealing 63, so I actually still... Blah. Screwed that up. Double tap Impervious and Juggernaut. Do I want to put this in my Juggernaut? Get it? Juggernaut? Probably nothing here. Woohoo! Scarrier Mask. Hubris. The weakest enemy flees at the beginning of multi-enemy fights. Now, we do have a double tap as well as Demonic Infusion and the Demonic Infusion cleaving finish kind of synergy. I don't think any of those, even the double tap, possibly even upgraded, is going to step on the toes of Velvet Choker yet, but it could after that is the problem. But at the same rate, Velvet Choker gives us extra energy to use the extra energy to buff the cleaving finish by more, so... I hate having to take the Velvet Choker, but I'll gladly take my lumps. Okay. Pretty good path with an early shop here. Sure. With 50, like 552, we definitely want to go for the early shop. I'm going to limit break before I do anything here, then double tap the Thunderclap. And then I know I've got Demonic Infusion and Cleaving Finish in the next hand, so... Should have done that differently. For some reason, I expected that was definitely going to be lethal. Like, I didn't even have any contest about it in my mind. I was just like, that, yeah, that's lethal. That plus that is lethal. Double tap and Iron Wave plus in the same deck is actually pretty good. Woo! Hell yeah! All right, let's have a look at all of these new things. We've got Sneak over here from the Hubris mod. And it is question mark energy cost. Draw one card and additional cards equal to its cost. It has Snecko as keyword, which is when drawn, its card randomizes its cost. That's interesting. I have no clue what kind of deck can utilize that. Very interesting, though. We've got Light Bulb over here. If you have any unspent energy at the end of your turn, draw that many cards at the start of your next turn. We've also got the Rocket Booster. Whenever you defeat an elite, upgrade a random card. This is from the Construct mod, and the other one is from the Replay the Spire mod. And then we've got Happy Flower. Every 3 turns, gain an energy. I'm actually super keen on Happy Flower and Rocket Booster in particular. Now, unfortunately, things that are restocked by Courier don't have the correct price reduction on them right now. That's something that has been fixed in the current beta branch, but not in the current branch. I'll actually take Light Bulb as well. I'm just going to take a bunch of relics for now. Hell yeah! Yeah, that kind of sucked. Return with Demonic Infusion. Double tap bash. Cleaving finish strike. Don't need to extend the vulnerability, so strike's better than Thunderclap now. Cool. Armaments plus, True Grit plus, Havoc plus. Havoc plus is 2 cards played for 0 energy with the Velvet Choker, which is a problem. I also don't really have the ability to tutor anything to the top of my deck. If I could tutor the X-Cost Demonic Infusion to the top of my deck, the really cool thing about Demonic Infusion, or rather X-Cost cards on the top of your deck, is you play them for your current energy cost, but you don't exhaust your energy doing so. So Havoc could upgrade a random card in my hand by a ridiculous amount for nothing. I might take a True Grit just as a defensive option. Just splash a little defense in this deck. Yeah, I'm going to take 90 gold a couple times and leave there. Just trying to get low value cards out of my hand there. Demonic Confusion on Bash, and then I get to play Bash for ridiculous vulnerability. Now I've got vulnerability until the end of the game. Cool, and we've got leftover energy, so we actually get to draw extra cards this turn. Nice. Got him. Hemokinesis versus Blood for Blood and Sentinel? That's actually just an aspect of my accent, by the way. Sentinel is not pronounced with that N. The N is buried. You'll find that with so many people with my similar accent. Well, I don't know how many people have my exact accent. But Australians typically let us rejoice, for we are young and free. That's niche as hell. That's national anthem. Yeah, this is bad. Yeah, this is bad. No good. No good. If I had only Demonic Confusion on that first turn, that would have been so damn powerful, but unfortunately we did not. Demonic Confusion on that Thunderclap, and then Thunderclapping is probably... Yeah, 19. It's enough to kill the backliner. It's the important part there. I'm gonna Blood for Blood as well. I knew this combat could be a problem, so I was expecting this. We get to upgrade a random card at the end of this fight, though, so hell yeah. 666. Yikes. It's actually gonna be real rough. Take 3 damage here, but a kill. Double tap got upgraded. We get Anchor. That's actually really powerful for us. Headbutt power through as well as Pummel. Headbutt's totally useful for the ability to put Demonic Confusion and Cleaving Finish in the same hand. So I'll just take it. I'm gonna pay for 2. Myself a Shield Potion as well as a Languish Potion, both from Play the Spire, should I remember correctly. Yes. Kill all of the chumps. And I'm also going to Shielding Potion here and probably Languish you. Keep myself as safe as I possibly can. Unfortunately, Demonic Confusion exhausts when I up it. Oh well. I'm gonna double tap the Demonic Confusion, then Headbutt, and then the Headbutt gets to play twice. I will bring to the top of my deck my double tap and my Thunderclap because I know that the enemy is summoning this turn. Double clap Thunderclap is gonna kill the friends, and then I kill the Gremlin Leader myself. Not bad. Alright, Defend got upgraded. We got a Regen Potion. Got a Cleave, Sentinel, and Body Slam. Don't really care for any of those. Onion Ring, you gain 3 strength at the start of combat. You lose 1 strength over the next 3 turns. Well, finally, we have something that can actually work with this limit break here. We should probably rest in this situation, though. How often do we go through our deck? That's an important question, is it not? Because that is the fundamental thing that Sundial is asking us. How often do you go through your deck? Are you going to benefit from this enough to utilize it? I think I may go Wing Boots, because then I could go for this elite and then that elite. Hell yeah. Rune of Simplicity. Strikes and defense can be upgraded any number of times on on pickup upgrades too randomly. Sure. And then I'll remove one that hasn't been upgraded. Because every time I fight an elite, I'm just going to upgrade another card. I'm going to fight a bunch of elites now. Hell yeah. Bunches of bunches. So 18 plus 13. 18 plus 13 is 31. We're exactly 1 short on killing the Slaver. Yikes. That really sucks. Hopefully headbutt in this hand, but hell yeah. Double tap the headbutt, which unfortunately I can't target on the back line. Otherwise I don't get both of the elements of the double tap off. Ouch. That's gonna be a weird bit of a problem. What's our boss this floor? Automaton. Alright, I'll save my weak potion. Uh-huh. Cleaving finish, double tap cleaving finish. Slightly short. I was certain that was lethal. Anyway, hey, another strike got upgraded. Fossilized Helix, prevent the first time you you would lose HP in each combat. That is a ridiculously powerful card. It is an infuriatingly powerful card. Because the Wing Boots, we can ignore paths when choosing our next room to travel to 3 times, and we chose to so that we could get to this space. Hell yeah! We are just schooling this book. Loving it. I'll double tap before I Demonic Infusion, and then this gets played twice. Cool, and then the 15 gets blocked by the Fossilized Helix, and then I just have to deal 25. By the way, I believe that's actually a bug as well. Fossilized Helix, prevent the first time you lose HP each combat. And Painful Stabs whenever you take damage from this enemy. 0, by this game's internal logic, 0 is not considered to be dealing damage. And I can tell you that because, you know, the buffer doesn't work with static discharge. The boot doesn't work. If you deal 0 damage, it doesn't increase it to 5. Those kinds of things. So, yeah, I believe that's buggy behavior at the moment. Pet Ghost. This is a weird relic that I turn down 95% of the time I see it. It's from Replay the Spire. Adds a ghost card to your hand every single turn, and the ghost card can be a strike. That's a basic strike, a basic defend, or the ability to fetch a basic card from your deck. So, but it's ethereal and exhaust, so they just get rid of it, so it takes a space in your hand. And sometimes for me, that's enough for me to not want it. I don't think for this deck that's going to be the case, though, so we'll take the Pet Ghost. Take one of those, though. 1 of 20 cards to add to our deck. I mean, I'd like a Strength Gain card. Sure. Whew. Limb from Limb is super interesting. With that graphic, despite the fact that I can't bring it up, I imagine it's from Replay the Spire. Deal 24 damage. This is 3 energy. Deal 24 damage. If this deals at least 30 unblocked damage, refund 2 and draw 2 cards. So vulnerability is one way to get this to work, but also weakness. Not weakness, sorry. Strength will do it. Because we have vulnerability as well as the pen nib and double tap in our deck, I'm going to take the life from limb. And the upgrade is just 4 more damage on the lower end and 2 more damage on how much you actually need. So, reasonable, I guess. Yeah, Ghost Swipe deals 18 damage, which is what a strike would be dealing for me right now, by the way, because of the pen nib and the extra strength. So I should double tap, thunderclap, and then headbutt, and then with the headbutt, put the double tap and the headbutt back on top of my deck. Cool. Double tap, thunderclap. And then kill that orb. Oh, I'm actually out of the ability to play cards. Dang, Velvet Choker. Applying the weak potion here takes you down to 5x2. 5x2 still means that you pop my buffer this turn anyway, so there's no reason to attack. Aw, you took my demonic confusion. Dare you? 90 unblocked damage, pretty good. And a shockwave there. Just a nice opportunity to get the extra weaken in for a ridiculous long period of time. Ghost Fetch. What's that get when it's upgraded? It costs 0 this turn. Damn, let's take a 0 cost bash. Hell yeah. If you're wondering, by the way, the Rune of Simplicity is why the armaments is so strong, because it always has something to upgrade, and it always upgrades it for a pretty reasonable amount. Just look at that hit on the Bronze Automaton. Just insane. Wild as hell. With Life from Limb, we are actually in risk of occasionally triggering that Velvet Choker's downside. Reaper Barricade Abandoned. I'll take none, thank you. Ooh. Virtuous Blindfold. Gain energy at the start of each turn. You can no longer see the entire map. So I believe this means that you can only see the next spaces ahead of you. Just interesting. But when I see this, I immediately think of the Sweet Flower, I believe is what it's called, from the Replay the Spire mod, which is gain energy and the maps give you less information. Those seem to kind of be exploring similar design space. There's a couple things between Hubris and Replay the Spire that I've seen that explore very similar design space, including things that are exactly the same. I can't give an active example of it right now, but there was one relic I saw that gave the... Oh, yes! Divine Protection, which is 8 shielding at the start of each combat. Shielding being effectively temporary HP. There's also, in the Hubris mod, a relic that gives you 8 temporary HP, which is the STS lib, that is to say the STS status effect library. In interpretation of temporary HP, it functions, I believe, in the exact same fashion. Those two are the same. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. It would suck to have to look at other people's work to decide what you don't want to do yourself. Or to look at other people's work in order to decide what they haven't done. All of those mean you're defining yourself by someone else's work, so overlaps like this do just happen, and that makes sense. But for the play experience, that is to say a player like me who's got both of the mods installed, you have to be a little bit wary in navigating them. I think it'd be cool to have both of those in the same deck, because you just have 16 HP that you never take. We've also got the stopwatch here from Hubris mod, which is right-click during combat to activate. This is the first time ever? Yes. It's the first time ever in this game that I have seen a interactable relic. Or rather, an in-battle interactable relic. Specifically that you activate directly, right? You don't activate as a result of a different effect. You lose 1 charge. At the end of your turn, you immediately start another turn. It has 6 charges, and energy and block are maintained between these turns. I believe fundamentally stopwatch is probably broken as hell. I'm gonna take it. Because if you can save them right up until the final fight, you just get to take 6 turns in a row and then win. Which does concern me just a tad. Double tap headbutt to put the double tap and the headbutt back onto my deck. Seems good. Each of the things I just said happens, by the way. Don't worry. It's all good. I had that sorted. There's the double tap and the headbutt. So I get to defend. Double tap the bash kills. Oh no, because the second doesn't have the effect of the pen nib. Whoops. Alright, I need to get that pen nib to the front of my stack so that I can always look at it correctly. And all of the things with timers, I'm putting at the very front. No, I time stopped there. I didn't right click you. I left clicked you. Alright, I'm going to start this combat again so that I don't miss out on that stopwatch because of that. I literally right clicked. I can guarantee to you that I right clicked. There we go. So headbutt. And my confusions go the ghost swipe kill. I mean, double tap bash is still the correct action there anyway. Got him. Spot weakness might be a way to get some strength in our deck, especially considering the final fight is Donu and Deca, and Donu and Deca, there's always one target attacking. 2 for 1 on fire breathing. This is the fire breathing from Replay the Spire as well. At the end of your turn, for each attack played this turn, deal 1 damage to all enemies, increasing by 1 damage each time. Which is a lot. I don't know what this does. It's not for sale, but perhaps you can steal it. Steal Rug. You know what? I'm going to remove a card from my deck, and then I'm going to steal that Rug. Oh, also, all of our... This is actually a bug that I want to report as well. If you save and quit and come back to a run, the Rune of Simplicity resets all of your multiple upgraded things. So I got the Rug here. Damn! What is this? Merchant's Rug. You can now sell potions and relics at the merchant, and you intend to escape. But I could just kill you. Is that... Do I want to kill you or not? Kill you. The hell did I just do? No refunds. Gold Shield. This is from Hubris. Okay. Gains 35 block at the end of its turn. It is immune to weak, and all Thorns damage is reduced to 1. It attacks once, 20 times. Okay. Okay, if I can't deal any damage this turn, there's no reason to try, right? So... And I'm gonna Energy Potion, get a bash in there, just to set myself up better for the next turn. Ow. 1 by 15, yikes. Demonic Infuse this headbutt. Deal 50 damage with it. Oh no, they are strengthening. That's a problem. Yeah, that's becoming an issue. It's 40 damage incoming right now. Yikes. How did my deck ever kill anyone? How are we losing here as well? That's 40 damage. Alright, I'm gonna double tap the life from Limb. Kills the second time. Okay, nice rug. Started combat with 1 plated armor for every 50 gold you have. And we have all of the things here as well. Holy crumbs. Okay, we just killed the shopkeeper, I believe is what happened there. I wasn't even thinking about that as possible. Unplayable status cards can now be played. Playing a status will exhaust the card. These will all only give me exactly 1 choice, I have to imagine. Is Enlightenment good in our deck? I mean, Enlightenment is good if it hits limb for limb, and I've actually played an off-camera run where that happened a bunch. It was cool as hell, but it's difficult to set that up in real. Take a War Paint immediately. Whether or not I take the Fire Breathing. No, I'll take the Fire Breathing. Okay, so I'm thinking I complete to here, and then jump over, go up, up, jump over, and then finish out on that line. Look at me, I'm the merchant now. That's cool as hell. I feel weird about it though. I like it, but I feel very weird about it. I think actually explains like 95% of the experiences I've had on planet Earth, but okay. As opposed to all of the experiences I've had on other planets. Which as we know are plentiful. Without vulnerable targets, this life from limb thing ain't gonna work. Double tap Thunderclap. And we'll double tap life from limb on a living target. Yeah, the second one doesn't actually get us the response we wanted, but it's fine. And then... do we still have double tap active? We do not. I think I just double block. That's my bad. I forgot the Velvet Choker timer was going on. Whew. Languish Potion. Apply 3 Languish. Strike from Hell as well as the Body Slam Corruption. No, thank you. Yeah, I was worried that this was gonna happen. Yeah, I killed the meta. This is something that exists in so many different roguelikes. I'm really, really, really interested to see it here. The ability to kill targets that are friends. But still, yikes. What? That defends. Excellent. Thinking double tap bash on the back line. Because I've got the 6 block per turn, so I'm safe from the spiker anyhow. And then I can life from limb you. Dual Wield, Blood for Blood, Pommel Strike? Dual Wield doesn't make sense in this deck. It would with the lower cost Fire Breathing in particular. But with the Velvet Choker, it's really difficult to get those all played in the same turn regardless. Definitely Limit Break here on the first turn. Thinking Ghost Fetch on Bash that I don't want. Strike. Cool. And then it's effectively get as many status effects and upgrades as I possibly can here. Kind of want to, like, I should have life from limbs and then headbutt to put the life from limb back on top of my deck. That actually would have been probably the best action I could have taken there. In lieu of the ability to do that, I'll probably just put the double tap back on top of my deck. Especially because I have access in my next hand to the Iron Wave. Double tapping an Iron Wave is a really, really good defensive option. It's fine. Fossilized Helix is there for me. Go get him, Tiger. And that's our final 50. Oh. Slightly short on the kill there, unfortunately. It's okay, though. Get him. Alright, Juzu Bracelet. Regular enemy combats are no longer encountering question mark rooms. Very late to get that effect. If I had 2 more dashes on the wing boot, I would go across and then back, but I have to go up here and then there. Smith Fire Breathing just so that I always get it in play, even if it's not in the same hand as an armaments. Double tapping life from limb here is possibly the most powerful thing that I can do. Deals 52, 32. Cool. So it'll trigger both times on the Orb Walker in the backline, which is pretty wild. So I get to play 2 more cards. I'm going to Demonic Infuse this Thunderclap and then Thunderclap for 78 damage twice. Hey, Centennial Bolt for the first time, lose HP each combat, draw 3 cards. Move that to the very front of my relics. Or rather, I'll try to, and it will decide not to move. That's fine, I don't need to move you. Right-clicking the hell out of it. Dang. Whetstone, upon pick up, upgrade to random attacks. Not bad. Multi-upgrading cards that the upgrading factor for them only lowers their cost does not actually upgrade them past what you would expect, unfortunately. Just something worth knowing. Just gonna Demonic Infuse this strike. 99 damage strike seems pretty good. If I can get 100 damage in a single hit here, that is gonna be really good. I'm just stacking up money because of the nice rug. 1 plated armor for every 50 gold I have. That's really huge. Defend, swipe, strike, Iron Wave, Thieving Finish. Oh. Damn. We are weakened right now. Can't make the enemy vulnerable in any reasonable way. It's fine. Just get that weakness applied on you for a while. Cop my lumps here. And hopefully finish out the fight this turn. Armaments, defend, headbutt, and then strike for 132. Hey, Shockwave got upgraded. Tag bag from Replay the Spire. Shops now have all 3 kinds of sale tags. Sale tags can appear on colorless cards, and they are cheaper. So a speed potion for us. Got that elixir for it. And I'll take another True Grid as a defensive option. That Limit Break actually now has function in our deck. Purity, Mind Blast, Trackable Trades, no. The survey options. I mean, up until 2, it's draw 2. On 1, it's draw 1. It's fundamentally powerful. No, it's not. Okay, yeah, because the Velvet Choker in particular is not powerful. And there's Trip. Trip is actually really, really, really good. I think I have to take that regardless. There's also Awakened 1 Ritual from Replay the Spire. Add 3 Ritual components to your draw and discard piles, so 6 in total. If 5 are ever in your hand at once, they become 42 damage attacks. They are 0 energy draw a card, if I recall correctly. Trip in particular is important so that I can just get those artifacts from my enemies down as quickly as possible. I mean, I can go swipe just to take one of y'all out. That makes sense, but we end up wasting stuff. I'm gonna save some energy at the end of that turn, so the light bulb gets extra cards for us. Oh, double tap the limb from limb on the main target. We've got this, it's fine. Beautiful. Adrenaline Potion's more powerful than Blood for us. Although I should just use Blood beforehand anyway. Battle Trance, how much draw do we have in this deck? Outside of Limb from Limb, an extraordinarily small amount. So we can take a Battle Trance without too much of a problem. And then I'll smith another card. Just get one of these defenses more defensive. Alrighty then, Dono and Decker. Time to face Judgment Day. They're going to be vulnerable from now until Doomsday. So I just need to set myself up as best I can. I kind of want a Demonic Infusion Thunderclap and then just Thunderclap for a bunch. Let's do that. $42 max. Rough. I'll trip, double tap the headbutt, put the double tap back on top of the deck, and the thunderclap back on top of the deck. I'm thinking defend True Grit, actually. Speed Potion, defend True Grit. There goes the cleaving finish. But at the very least, I take no damage this turn. It looks like I ultimately am going to be taking damage this turn. It's fine, though. 7/2. Damn. With actually just this defend, I can defend myself. I'll actually get rid of that bash. It's too expensive. All right. 32 on the back line. So now we're definitely looking for lethal. I'm thinking Limit Break, Battle Trance, Limit Break, but... Limit Break, Life from Limb. Okay, I can Limit Break again, and then just Thunderclap. That'll kill the back line, weakens the front line. I think I'm actually going to get out of this one perfectly. That merchant fighting thing, that's super cool. I wonder if it's more potent earlier on or less potent earlier on, so that you can get, more or less defensive. I'm leaving 3 energy left over so that I get the light bulb to draw extra cards for me. And then it looks like Donu is almost certainly going down this turn. Yeah, that looks like that one's going to do it. That's a 50-minute run right there. The stopwatch was used precisely 0 times because I forgot at the very end that I had access to it. Oops. Imagine if I knew that I did. I'd just take all of the turns and then win. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire modded. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Oh, excuse me. 1 second, if I could re-commandeer your attention. All of the mods that exist in this episode and each and every episode of the series are linked in the description down below with a specific link to their GitHub repositories. So if you like the look of any in particular, go and show the mod supporters some, mod creators some love and download it and get involved in the conversation with bug fixing and suggesting and all of those kinds of things on the unsupported modding channel in the official Slay the Spire subreddit. Discord rather. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves and hopefully we'll see you